I had this dream last night. It was really elaborate and lucid and lots of things going on, but I'm just going to focus on one particular part at the end where I was walking across a small room, and every time I would get to the other side, where like I could see out this huge like glass wall to like this beautiful world beyond the room that I'd never been to and I desperately wanted to experience. And yeah, every time I'd get to the glass, I would appear back on the other side of the room, and it was like a treadmill, but more like a treadmill where you get to the end and then you teleport back. And it was frustrating, and I'd sort of lost hope a long time ago in this room, I felt, and wasn't really interested in trying to arrive anywhere else but this room. But then I just had this moment where I decided I'm just gonna keep walking towards what I want. I'm gonna keep walking towards that world outside. Even if I just keep looping, like I'm just gonna keep doing it. So I just started doing it over and over again. And as I was doing it, I got into this kind of flow, like just walk over there, teleport back, walk over there, teleport back. I started to feel like at peace and like, okay, this is okay. If this is what my life is going to be, then I'll just accept it and like just kind of let go of all of the frustration and resentment and everything. And then it's, you know, when you're like sort of walking along and you're in a meditative state, or you just kind of like, you're in that flow and your mind, like you just sort of, you're not really um, taking in your surroundings and stuff. You're more just like going over your day or thinking about things in your head. So I'm thinking about the fact that I'm going to accept this and I'm letting go of all this resentment. And I was so deep in thought and contemplation that I didn't realize, like suddenly I've taken that last step where I would loop, and I'm back where I start again, but I'm on the other side of the glass and I'm in the world outside. And I had this overwhelming sense of comprehension, like that I get it, I understand. Like I felt like I can't articulate what I understood, but in the dream it was like, oh, like I just did what I needed to do to be free. By accepting it and by letting go of all of my reactions and everything. Like now, that it wasn't something, a physical barrier that I needed to get through. It was something within me that needed to change. And then the obstacles just disappeared, and there I am standing in this world beyond. And of course, it's quite metaphorical and psychologically revealing, like what that could mean. But the curious thing for me wasn't, this whole being stuck in a loop and then becoming free. The curious thing for me was the first thing that I chose to do when I found out I was free. And, that's something that like just blows my mind. Like you couldn't I couldn't contemplate my way to this realization. Like I could never have imagined what I might do, because in the dream it was real to me that like I had actually sort of cracked this code and I had freed myself, and I was in the world beyond where I could do anything with infinite potential. I actually got to experience the first thing that I would do. And I'm not even going to say what it is, but it didn't surprise me, but it did surprise me at the same time. It surprised me because I haven't been thinking about it at all consciously for the past several months. I've been thinking about all these other things that, like, you know, could be the second and third things that I might do, but I haven't been thinking about the first thing that I would do if I was totally free and like had infinite potential, and I was in this world of like just instant manifestation kind of thing, which is what it was like out there. And that is important, I feel, in this moment, because there's a lot going on. Like, a lot of really powerful positive stuff has happened. I haven't recorded a video diary for a month because I've just been in it, and I've been I've sat down with the camera and kind of like started recording something and just felt straight away like this is too much. Like, even right now, this is quite vulnerable. Like, I feel like, oh, I'm sharing a dream. Like, I did have a dream diary as well at one point. Like, very few of you would have been around that far back. It was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I had the dream diary. But I quickly realized, like, this is way too personal and way too much to share, because the dreams tell more about you than, because you just like kind of lose that filter. And like, because I was recording them as soon as I woke up without, interpreting them myself even, and just like letting it all flow out the same as I do with a video diary. And then after a few months, I kind of started going back through them, and I was like, whoa, these tell so much more about me than like a regular like video diary does, because it's just like that unfiltered, and all of these metaphors and things are showing up. And yeah, and even patterns from dream to dream. Like, I started to notice like that there's like themes and ongoing narratives that are emerging that I wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't have documented it.